This one. Y'all know the answer to the portal physics problem? Only that Caroline's been playing it? Caroline's been playing Portal? Sick. No, you stupid idiots, guys. It's C. Portals aren't real. Facts don't care about your feeling. Fuck you, it is. No, I mean, this is why I think somebody was asking me when we were talking about school why I don't fuck with, physics and why, even though I love science, I would never actually get into science because I hate physics so much. And it's because everything in my heart, okay, in my girly pop heart, wants to believe in A, but I know it's B. My heart wants to believe it's A, but I know it's B. Broke my brain this morning. I think this post explains it really well. One sec. I think this post explains all of the positions as well. Very well. So here's like a little diagram, right? Where it's the person and they're walking through this like moving like portal, but it's not like a portal. It's just like a moving. Imagine like what are those metal detector machines? But the metal detector machine is on wheels. So that's moving and the human being is static and it moves through them and they're still static. And then they're saying like A makes more sense because it's not the person that's moving, it's the thing over them that's moving, right? And B doesn't make sense because here is this moving. Why would suddenly the human being move? But the thing is, in the example that's being provided, the second portal can't move, so the momentum has to be like transferred. I don't think it would shoot like this, but because this physical portal can't move to compensate like this one can, the cube has to move. Someone has a video as well that explains it really well. And then, no, because the first portal stops, doesn't interact with the cube. You're wrong. I mean, you can feel how you want to feel, man. I don't know what to tell you. The difference is that you are not stationary on the other side, and the other side of your portal is moving too. We're talking about one side that's moving and the other side that is not moving. If both sides of the portal were to move, I would have agreed with you. And a lot of people are bringing up Newton's laws as if all of those are accurate and true. As if half of those haven't been disproved by some other stupid fucking bullshit. Rare denims. I mean, I'm right. I'm right, guys. I'm correct. I am correct. It is, in fact, B. I want it to be A, and in my heart, it's A. Like, if my horoscopes say I'm having a good day, but I dropped my ice cream cone and then I stepped in shit, my horoscope said I was going to have a good day, so I'm having a good day. But the reality is, I'm not having a good day. Here is a good video for anyone that still is like, no, that can't be right. It has to be B. It can't be. It has to. Sorry, it can't be B. It has to be A. Exactly, Ballrose. Wait, think I agree with what you're saying, Ballrose. It absolutely is A. Here. Check this out, guys. Someone made a pretty picture for you guys. I got caught up in the portal paradox, so I decided to make my own visualization of it. Which option do you think looks more physically plausible, A or B? Here is A. And here is B. A, 100%. You think this looks physically more normal? Chat failed physics. B, now that I see it visualized. I mean, the real answer is that portals aren't real. So yeah. I apologize, you're right. Okay. Except the portal part is moving in the pic. No? What are you talking about? This side of the portal is moving, but the video I just showed, the portal is moving here as well. See? Look. See? The cube is not moving. The visualization that you're getting of this portal is a camera on the other side of this portal that looks like it's getting closer. So, yeah. The top thing in the picture, not the animation, is moving, not the cube. Yeah, but that's not the important part. Momentum and like, I guess momentum is transferred. Transferred. It definitely is not transferred. I mean, okay. Sure, man. You want to believe it's A, I get it, man. I get it. Don't worry. You can believe whatever you want to believe. Okay? You can believe whatever you want to. It's okay. It's okay. This is a troll, she got me. I did not in fact get you. You're getting yourself, man. You're you put a stick in your bicycle and you're like, "Fuck, she tripped me." If the cube shoots out, then the air would be blasting out of the blue portal constantly. What? No. Huh? What are you talking about? Wait, what? No, Chad. I'm talking about the fact that he's saying constantly. It's not like it's a fan that's sending persistent levels of wind that's pushing the cube. It would be one motion and then it would stop moving and then it would stop having force being pushed. What happens if only half of the cube is inside the portal? Oh, dude, that shit fucks me up so bad. But from my understanding, when you break down the cube in halves, it proves B even further. Has someone done this inside of the game? Well, I don't know that you can't move the portals in the game. Like, well, actually, could you? I haven't played in so long. Can you put a portal on a movable object? I'm pretty sure you can only put portals on like walls that are not movable, so you can't test it in the game. It's been years since I've played, so I don't know. There's one map where you can. Really? In Portal 2, it happens once? Wait, I'm curious about something. Here. Also, this is another problem. Both instances of A and B cause paradoxes. Because they're portals and they don't abide by, like, our understanding and laws of physics.
Video game Portal is built around a sci-fi device that can create a portal connecting one place on the wall or ceiling or floor to another, and objects in the game, or the player themselves, can pass essentially instantaneously from one end of the portal to the other. In particular, an object entering one end of the portal with a certain speed leaves the other end with the same speed, though if the portals aren't oriented in the same direction, then the object will exit in the new direction, but the speed will be the same. And this leads to an apparent paradox. What happens if one of the ends of the portal is itself moving? Does a stationary object plop out the other end of the portal with 0 speed, since it had no speed before entering? Or if the orange portal moves quickly downwards, does the cube shoot out of the blue portal with the corresponding relative speed? It's easy to argue in favor of either case, which I suspect is why this puzzle is so popular on the internet. Of course, as far as we know, such portals don't exist. But supposing they did and obeyed the laws of physics, then the question really boils down to this. If objects have to enter and exit the portals with the same speed, then what's that speed being measured relative to? Because in our universe, there's no absolute reference frame from which to measure speeds and velocities on their own. Velocities can only be determined relative to another object. So here are a few options. Perhaps when passing through a portal, the object maintains the same speed relative to the environment. This one's option A. Or perhaps objects maintain the same speed relative to the average position of the portals themselves, except that's mathematically the same as measuring relative to the environment, as long as the portals aren't accelerating. So option A. Or perhaps the speed an object has relative to the portal it enters is the same as the speed it has relative to the portal it exits. This one is option B. Or perhaps objects enter and exit at a constant speed relative to the end of the portal they're not using at the moment. It's a valid possibility, although it's kind of weird. The thing is, all of these—
Did you get that? Did you guys see this? This is why B is kind of low-key insane.
To the environment, as long as the portals aren't accelerating. So option A.
Also, yeah, the last one isn't how the game works. In the game, that's not how it works. You're right. If you throw objects through a portal, the portal doesn't magically reset the object's momentum. The portal continues velocity, excuse me. It maintains the same velocity it had when you threw it into the first portal.
Perhaps the speed an object has relative to the portal it enters is the same as the speed—
So, as you can see here, look, the portal is dropping, what is it, supposed to be 2 meters a second or something? And so this portal would be the same as this one, so it shouldn't just fall out with no velocity and plop. It should move with some fucking speed on it. Whereas the next option seems bizarre.
It exits. This one is option B. Or perhaps—
I just followed to say momentum is proportional to the velocity, so you were right. This is what I mean when I say I don't want B to be right. But
objects
also, there's problems with both. Moving on.
Exit at a constant speed relative to the end of the portal they're not using at the moment. It's a valid possibility, although it's kind of weird. The thing is, all of these options are consistent with what you see in the video game, because in the game, the portals pretty much never move relative to the environment. My personal opinion is that the most physically natural option is B, where the velocity is locally measured relative to the individual ends of the portals, and so the cube shoots out of the blue portal. This would be roughly what you'd expect if the portals were wormholes bending spacetime, because the objects then would obey conservation of momentum in a curved spacetime, or if the portals were more of a teleportation device that's—
When I said momentum is transfer, that was a misspeak on my part. I meant conserved. I meant like the momentum of the portal moving is then transferred to the cube in a way. But I understand that the correct terminology there would be to say that it is conserved. I was saying that I know the portal is moving, therefore it's the cube that's moving. Yeah, you guys get what I mean.
Scans the matter coming in one end and reconstructs it, kind of like a 3D printer at the other end. So I think B is more natural. It's also tempting to think that there's simply no way it could be option A, the one where objects keep their same speed relative to the environment, because how could a stationary object exit a stationary portal while remaining stationary? The object would have to move, right? However, there is a way for option A to work, precisely because the cube doesn't enter the orange portal all at once. It goes in bit by bit. And if those bits come out of the blue portal not moving, then they all appear exactly in the plane of the portal, stationary, and they would keep on piling up against each other, squishing the cube into a flat square, which is not moving. Or, if the cube were rigid and couldn't be squished, then it simply couldn't enter the orange portal in the first place. The blue end of the portal would act like a wall, and the orange portal would bounce off of it. And I suspect option A is actually how the portals are programmed in the video game itself, both because measuring speeds relative to the global environment, as opposed to relative to a particular object, is typically the easiest thing to program, and because people who've done experiments within the game engine to try to see what happens have discovered that the game glitches and doesn't let solid objects pass through a portal moving towards them, which is perhaps an unsatisfying answer to the paradox, and not how you think the portals should work. But that's okay, we don't have to agree with the game designers. To me, the moral is that the portal paradox is not a paradox. The answer depends on how the portals themselves actually work, which, since they're fictional, is up to you to decide. What you think should happen says more about you, and whether you think more like a programmer or more like a physicist. And so, I leave you with a final portal puzzle to ponder. What if instead of moving down towards the cube, the orange portal is moving sideways on the ground and you drop the cube through it? Does the cube shoot straight up through the blue portal? Does it bounce off of the orange portal? Or does it shoot out of the blue portal at an angle?
Use relativity to fix the location of the yellow portal and say that the Earth and the cube are flying at the yellow portal, then B makes a lot more sense. I mean, if you try and force the portals to follow our universe's rule of physics, it should be B. The speed at which the cube moves through the orange portal should be the same speed at which it moves through the blue portal. It should be. But this is what I mean when I say, like, I could never get into science. Like, as a genuine field, I could never do science for fun. I could go back to school for math for fun. I can't do science for fun because it makes me mad. Well, that would make it A then. The cube has no momentum. No, but it's relative to the portal. As the cube is moving through the portal, that would be like saying, wait, I didn't hit that wall at 50 miles per hour. My car was parked. The wall hit me at 50 miles per hour. Your car, relative to the wall that was moving, hit at 50 miles an hour. The two objects have to be compared to each other innately. Officer, the light post hit me. That would be if they actually collided. They don't, though. That's not true. That's not true. What? Regardless, I'm telling you guys, within the realm of this universe, planet Earth, as far as we understand it, technically, if portals were real, it should be B. But you stick it to those science nerds, chat, and tell them your astrology says it's A. Because it should be A. Because A makes my heart happy. And my heart being happy is the most important. All right? And I don't care how many of you nerds in lab coats tell me it's B. I know it's B. Can't I pretend like it's A? It's A, though. You're wrong. You know? B is still a paradox. Our current rules of physics are paradoxes. The guy in the video said it could be any of them. Did he not? Well, he said since portals aren't real, we don't know what rules they would have to follow. Therefore, it could be anything. Right? Think of the portal like a hole. Try finger, butthole. Anyways, guys. All right. I somehow, as always, have another